Hi, I'm Mark with At My Home, and today we're going to take a look at some new products from Eufy. Actually, we're going to look at PoE or Power over Ethernet products, and basically they sent us these for the review. The first box you see here, this really big heavy box, is actually the master unit. It's got an NVR or a network video recorder. It provides the power over Ethernet, and it comes with 4 cameras. The other 2 boxes you see here, one's a turret camera and the other one is a bullet camera. These are also PoE and they work with this NVR. So let's take a look at what's in the box. All right, let's see. This box is so big and heavy. Holy cow. So I'm going to put these aside for a second. And we're going to take things out of here. Now the first thing is they actually have easy to remove plastic tabs. I know it sounds silly, but no more cutting it with a knife or scissors. And boom, you can easily open it. That is a lot of boxes. There's the NVR. So we're going to take this out first. Show you that in a second. All right, power cord, HDMI cable, a mouse. Can't remember the last time I used a mouse. And the actual power brick itself. So that's pretty good size. It's a pretty big power brick. And one more thing in here, an Ethernet cable. All right, so that's what's in the accessory box. But here is the NVR. It's good looking. Check it out. Let's see if we can take off the front cover. All right, so there we go. If we look at the front cover, it says Eufy HDD LAN and power, because this is a 2 terabyte built-in hard drive that you can actually upgrade to 16 terabytes, which is pretty nice. All right, and then on the back, 8 power over Ethernet ports. It'll power 8 cameras. It'll actually support up to 16, by the way, but you can plug in 8 cameras to the power over Ethernet, and then you have a LAN port, so you can plug it into your router. There's an HDMI port, so you can actually hook it up to a monitor. You're going to need to do that. We're going to hook it up to a TV. Couple of USB ports, USB Type-C connector, and the power plug. Oh, and there's also an audio out connector on here as well. So that's pretty nice, and the power button. Comes with 4 of these cameras. The nice thing about these cameras are, it has a camera on the top, which is a 122-degree field of view 4K camera. And then on the bottom, there is a 2K PTZ. In other words, it pivots up to 360 degrees. They come with a connector. Okay, so let's see. So there's your Ethernet connector. So this is where you plug in your power over Ethernet to here. And then on this side over here, they have a place where you can plug in power. It doesn't come with any separate power, so they expect you to hook it up through the power over Ethernet here. And you can see you can rotate it, no problem. Works out pretty easily. And it also rotates this way. So you can go up from straight off to straight down. So you can get quite a bit of action out of this PTZ. And then of course you got the front camera. Then the mount over here is nice. A nice mount with a cable and everything else coming out. And there's a screw on each side to connect it up to the mounting bracket, which is going to be in this box over here. And I like that because sometimes it's really hard. You lose the screw if it's not captured. So they've got them on springs so you don't lose them. So that's the cameras. There's 4 of these. Directions. And by the way, these directions show you how to install the NVR and the 4 cameras, and the other 2 cameras are going to open up in a second. Comes with some templates. So you got mounting templates for the PoE cable hole, which is kind of cool. You may have to drill holes. And then here are the brackets. So these are used to mount the camera. So that's kind of nice. This is what I was telling you about with the, you can see where the screws screw into the mount. All right, so there should be 4 of these, but they also give you really long Ethernet cables. They give you 4 of them. So 4 of the mounting brackets, 4 of these. Now this here is just a little tube that's basically with a rubber gasket. This is so you can waterproof your cable lines coming out of the house. So that's kind of a nice feature to have. And then of course all the mounting screws and the mollies to go with it if you need to use those. All right, so 4 of those, 4 of these, and 4 of these. Okay, so that's everything that came in the box. The NVR with a mouse, with a power adapter, with the HDMI cable, hook up a monitor, and an Ethernet cable to hook up the NVR to your network, 4 long Ethernet cables, 4 mounting brackets, 4 waterproof connectors, all the screws you need, directions, templates for drilling holes, and 4 cameras. All right, so that's this setup here. That's what comes in the big box. You can hook this whole thing up and you can record continuously, which is really kind of cool. So this NVR will record 24/7. It'll even, if someone's like walking around your yard, the cameras will track them all the way around and keep track of it all. So you never lose anything. There's no subscription fee or anything like that for this thing. It totally works inside your house. All right, so that's that. And then they sent us 2 other cameras. Okay, I made some room. Here are the other 2 cameras. So let's take a look at the Bullet camera first. Move this to the side. Now, this is different usage models, right? This is these other cameras have the 4K camera fixed and the PTZ. This camera is different. It's a 4K camera, which is really nice. And here it is. And see, it's set up the same way with the Ethernet connector over here for PoE and then the camera itself, but this is just a fixed camera. So that's kind of nice if you have a place where you just want to focus on one area. You got a 4K camera to do that, so that's pretty nice. And it comes with more Ethernet cables, because remember, these are PoE cameras, so I now have another one. All right, another waterproof connector. More screws and mollies. Directions for this camera. And some mounting templates for drilling the hole again. And a Eufy security sticker. All right, so that's what's in this box. I think I got it all. And then the other PoE camera, this one here, is kind of cool. What do they call it? It's called a turret cam. So this is the PoE Cam EU41 turret cam. So this one here you would mount on your eaves, and then you can focus it to wherever you want. But again, it's a fixed focus, but it's movable, so you can kind of put it where you want it to be. All right, so let's see what's in here. Well, there we go. So here it is. There's another box of stuff. So more, wow, more cable. You got a lot of Ethernet cables. And all the same things, the mounting template, the directions, the whole bit, the sticker. And another waterproof connector. Oh, it has a mounting base of some sort. That's kind of different. And the mounting screws. And then here's the camera. So it mounts like this. You've got the cable here. You can pop this in here. So nice and secure. You see how it works? And then it's a turret cam, so you can position it whichever way you want. So you mount this up in your eaves, and then you can take this, and then you point it to where you want it to be. So it's kind of a neat little camera, but it hooks up the same way. It's got the Ethernet connector for PoE. So there you go. You've got these 2 cameras here, all right, plus 4 of these. And you have a lot of installing to do, but these are beautiful. I mean, it's really well built, comes with everything you need. The only thing you have to do now is drill some holes and run some cable and install here on the NVR. And that's it. That is the new Eufy PoE line of cameras and NVR. Thank you for watching.